It is good to be together. And as I said last week, we can't see you, we can't hear you, but we love you and thank you for all your support and your love that you sent back last week to let us know that you were watching. When a congregation can't gather in person, we can do our best and remain connected through the means we have, and you are an important part of that effort to stay close and together. Now into the second week, the things here in Dallas are changing, and they've closed restaurants and bars and gyms and parks, and we're holding our collective breath for relief from the grip of this viral storm. We are encouraging you to do your part and to stay home, to stay out of contact, and let us see if we can be in person with you sooner than later. The bottom line is that we need each other now. The church needs you, and we need the church. We need it to hold the threads of the fabric of our lives together so we don't feel lost. We need it to make sense of this madness. We need it to know this interdependent web of existence has so many sides, to know that we are part of each other's lives and to know that we are not exempt from each other's suffering. I know personally how this situation makes grief harder without the physical community surrounding me. I feel the instinctive pulling away of neighbors passing on the sidewalk and in the supermarket, and that pains my soul. But we can do this. We can replace for a moment proximity with outreach, human contact with virtual check-ins, in-person conversations with virtual ones, and before long, we will be sitting with one another again. A colleague of mine this week read a poem to a group of clergy by John O'Donohue that reminded us the blessing for the exhausted, that we can imitate the habit of twilight, taking time to open the well of color that fostered the brightness of the day, that we can draw it alongside the silence of stone until its calmness can claim you, that we can be excessively gentle with ourselves. The poet said we can stay clear of those vexed in spirit and learn to linger around someone of ease who feels they have all the time in the world. And so, friends, gradually you will return to yourself, the poet says, having learned a new respect for your heart and the joy that dwells far within slow time. We are all learning to linger around the time we have and those we live with and can see, and we are learning that joy can dwell in us in this time as well. So may the blessing of our time together be on us this morning, a blessing to all of you. Welcome to worship. Let us invoke that favorite hymn that holds us together in love and hope against difficulties of the world. We're going to sing hymn number 1 in your hymnal. The lyrics are also on the screen if you download the order of service. We're going to sing, "May Nothing Evil Cross This Door."
May nothing evil cross this door, and may ill fortune never pry about these windows. May the roar and rain go by. By faith made strong, the rafters will withstand the battering of the storm. This heart, though all the world grow chill, will keep you warm. Peace shall walk softly through these rooms, touching our lips with holy wine, till every casual corner blooms into our shrine. With laughter drown the raucous shout, and though these sheltering walls are thin, may they be strong to keep hate out
you join with us in saying the affirmation and singing the doxology? Again, in the order of service you can download on the screen. Love is the doctrine of our church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity and fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other. Well, good morning and welcome to church this morning. We're so glad that you are tuned in. We want you to know a few things about what's going on in church. The first is that you'll notice we are sticking to a schedule of preachers here. My colleague, Reverend White, will be preaching today, and I'll be speaking next week. And our musicians are here, but we are practicing social distancing. We miss the choir and the larger musical ensembles, but we are glad we can provide you worship today. We're also finding ways to be together. Reverend Beth Dana and the children's ministry leaders will be leading a conversation on Sundays at 10:15 online. There's also our Inquirers class, a class that tells you a little bit about the church. They'll be meeting online on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. The updates for all of these gatherings and future gatherings are on our website, on the live stream links on our website, and you can find out more about that. There's also a caring questionnaire that we're asking, caring community questionnaire that we're asking you to fill out. It's a way to find out if you're okay and if you are also available to offer some volunteer opportunities while we are at a distance here in the church. So please take a look at that on our website. We also want to ask you to do something with us. We're asking families to create and decorate some kind of First You Dallas family poster. You can do it any way you want to do it. Take a picture of you and your family in whatever setting that you are in and send it in to photos@DallasUU. And if you're at a distance in another part of the country, we're recommending First You Dallas family, and then put your zip code or your area code so we know where you're sending that in from. And we will put those on a montage at the beginning of the service next week and the weeks going forward. So we hope you take an opportunity and do that with us. So welcome all. We also need your help. We need your help to sustain the church by giving today. The link on the screen is how you can make a gift. If you're feeling connected and fed by our live stream and what we can offer at a distance, please make a donation of any kind to help sustain the church during this closure. Thank you so much for that. Jacqueline Macias is here. Jacqueline, we're so glad you're here. You're a student at UT Arlington. Yes. And a singer in the sanctuary choir, so at least we get one singer from the choir. What are you singing for us today for the offering?
I'll be singing Vocalese by Rachmaninoff.
Thank you. So, welcome.